Thanks for staying with us. Now, the Chicago State University has released a statement confirming that President Bola Tinubu was a student of the university. The American University also confirmed that President Tinubu graduated in 1979 with a bachelor's degree. The school, however, explained that there is a federal law known as the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, which protects the privacy of student records and limits what an institution can make public. It went on to explain that in August 2023, a request was made to the U.S. Federal Court for the university to provide information related to educational records concerning Bola Tinubu, the president of Nigeria, and a former student of the school. There's also been controversy surrounding President Tinubu's academic record, with the People's Democratic Party presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar filing a lawsuit in the U.S. to compel the Chicago State University officials to turn over President Tinubu's academic documents. I'm joined now by the chairperson, APC Committee of Diaspora, Tunde Doherty, who joins us live from London. I'm also joined by legal practitioner Jide Ologun, who joined us live from Nigeria. Let me begin with you, Mr. Ologun. What does this mean for the U.S. case that the PDP candidate has taken to court?
You know, like expressed already, the U.S. has made a statement. The university has confirmed that Asiwaju Bola Tinubu attended the school, and then they have also stated that they are subject to some laws in America concerning the information that can be further released. And we have a precedent here. I recall that in 2019, towards the election, there was an issue against Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, the allegation that he was involved in a bribery scandal with the former U.S. Congressman William Jefferson. And Jefferson was eventually jailed in the U.S., and that Atiku could not show up in the U.S. Otherwise, he'd be arrested and prosecuted. But he traveled to the U.S. and then came back to Nigeria. I recall that at that point in time, the opposition was asking that the U.S. government should not issue him a visa so that an impression would not be created that one candidate is superior to the other. So I'm of the personal perception that this is a political issue. And having said that, if you look at Section 131 of the Evidence Act of Nigeria, you know, what it states is that whoever desires any court to give judgment as to any legal right or liability dependent on the existence of facts which the person asserts must prove that those facts exist. And we say that that person is bound by the burden of proof. You know, so these are allegations right now. And speaking about the recently concluded exercise at the tribunal, the court was not persuaded about that allegation.
Indeed.
Because in Section 36 of our Constitution, it says every person who is charged with a criminal offense shall be presumed to be innocent until he is proved guilty. So as we air right now, these are allegations.
All right. Let me bring Mr. Doherty into this conversation. Prior to the 2023 general election and even afterwards, the credibility of your party's candidate and that of the election which he won has been constantly questioned by the opposition. We've had some fundamental judgments now. The lawyer made reference to the Presidential Election Petition Court, and now we are hearing from the Chicago State University itself. Do you think that this is enough to return that measure of credibility back to the person of your party's candidate, who is now our president, as well as the credibility of the election?
Thank you very much, Nifemi, for having me. You see, opposition in its definitive term is against all you stand or you stood for, things that are irrelevant, things that are immorally not visible, to bring you down. So whatever they have been doing concerning the certification or attendance of our president, Ashwaju Bola Tinubu, to Chicago University, should have been laid to rest long time ago. You see, it's just who believe that they could tarnish the image of somebody who has taken the ship of Nigeria and clinically diagnosing all the problems that Nigeria is having now, going to build bridges across nations to bring Nigeria back to to make Nigeria gain back its strength. You see, I don't know what else these people are looking for. The university has made that confirmation in whole ramification, even to the extent of even providing the president's transcript in this latest version. And definitely the university has said they are limited by law, as my barrister has alluded to, and there are loads of opportunities that has defined, that has cleared this irrelevance being peddled by the opposition. And if you look at it, for goodness sake, as a civil individual, how can somebody who had worked with companies like Atto Anderson, Atto Young, Ernest and Wimmy, Pete Mawick, Michel Delucci, IBM, you know the recruitment process for all this organization. Actually, Ahmed Tinubu had worked in all these institutions before coming back to before coming to work with Mobile. And you think those organizations are not meticulous when it comes to employing an individual into their organization? You see, all of this running helter-skelter to look for what is not is to me a kind of distraction to just give.
I hear you, Mr. Doherty, and I do not expect you to say anything different from that, because it's your party we're talking about and also your candidate. But let's talk about
That's the reality. That's the truth.
I hear you.
That's the truth.
I was just going to follow it up quickly as to, the power of perception. Do you think all of these things you've read out do have any impact on the perception that majority of the people have about the man and the credibility of the election?
You see, if they don't have that perception, definitely you can see from the action of the man that he has been excellent in everything he's put his hand on. Look at him in Lagos State. Look at what he's doing in the last 100 days. Yes, we all agree that there are problems in Nigeria. We all agree this problem has been perennial. They've been there for a long time. But this man is looking for solution and is going etascata to get solution. Look at what he has just done with the Emirates in UAE. Look at the problem Nigerians are having left, right, and center here and there. He has been able to bring bridges in terms of bringing economy into Nigeria. You are talking about his education. You are talking about his certificate. Can somebody who is not well educated or well learned even have the opportunity to come on and reel out projects and programs that
I get you, Mr. Doherty. I'm afraid that's our time. Let me just get a final thought from Mr. Ologun. Do you think that, because you talked about being able to prove beyond reasonable doubt in court, that's the language of the law, and that's what lawyers understand. But do you think that all of these developments will be enough for the president to win that perception gain and also change the minds or the mindset of some people about him? What do you think he must begin to do differently as well?
Perception means the ability to see, to hear, or become aware of something through the senses. And you cannot force perception on human beings. Human beings come up with their perceptions, and I can let you know that some are of the mindset that cannot be changed concerning their perception of Ashwaju Bola Tinubu, while some may decide to say, okay, let me change my perception because perception is variable. But I think my counsel right now is all about the human nature. You can never get 100% supportive perception, but your results can position you on the right perception. So it's an opportunity for the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, like Mr. Doherty said, to try and reposition Nigeria And if he moves Nigeria on the path of prosperity, restoring the nation, the perception will also be formed. Let me say this clearly. It matters little who won that election. If it were to be Peter Obi, for instance, there were allegations that Peter Obi had some economic infractions in the UK. Could they establish it? I made reference to that of Atiku.
All right.
So that is, there will be dirty things to throw around. But what lies ahead is greater than what lies behind. So the ball is in the court of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, the president and the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. If in 2 years' time, for instance, we have constant electricity in Nigeria, we have our economy revived, we have the refineries functioning,
I hear you.
if not, and we have direct investments attracted into the nation, then we move on. I can let you know, you can hardly find a politician that will scale through on a scale of 100% when it comes to politics.
That's our time, Mr. Ologu. We're going to return to this conversation possibly next week. Gentlemen, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us. Dido Ologu is legal practitioner. Tunde Doherty is chairman APC Committee of Diaspora. Thank you so much for talking to us.